Hello everyone, this is Indrajit Ganguly and welcome to your history class. Dear students, in my last class I have discussed with you about the proto-industrial system in England, and you understood that in this system how the British merchants they basically moved into the countryside. They offered cash advances to the peasantry and weavers and persuaded them to produce for an international market, right? But in this topic, you will understand about the pace of industrial change. Remember students, series of technological innovations such as introduction of steam engine, spinning jenny, power loom, flying shuttle, etc. led to the industrial revolution in England in the late 18th century. So, what is the difference between proto-industrial system in the late and the industrial revolution? The difference is very simple. I hope you remember that in the proto-industrial system, basically the families of peasantry and weavers were involved in it, right? And they worked under the merchants, correct? Basically spinning, weaving, dyeing were done by the different types of families, correct? And finally, the finishing was done in the towns, basically in London. So, London is considered as the finishing centers, correct? But, so we can say that the proto-industrial system, it was a process of, it was just like a traditional industries. It was just like a cottage industries, like because different families were involved in it, correct? But the difference between the industrial revolution and proto-industrialization is that all the process of production like carding, twisting, rolling, all these processes were done and were brought under one roof and one management with modernized technology. So, this is the difference between the proto-industrial system and the industrial revolution. In the proto-industrial system, the concept is about the cottage industry, and in the industrial revolution, now England is moving towards the factory based industries. Okay. So, you can see, in my today's class I will discuss with you about the steps of the industrial changes, how the industrial changes occurred in England. Okay. Dear students, the first factories in England came up in 1730s and it was the cotton textile industry. So, we can say that the first phase of industrial revolution in England was based on the cotton textile industry, okay, and the first phase was up to 1840s. Okay, so we can say that the first phase of industrial revolution was based on cotton textile industry and it was up to 1840s. Afterwards, the iron and steel industry led the way. So, the industrial revolution was in England was basically dependent on two things. First one is cotton textile industry and second one is the iron and steel industries. How the iron and steel industry became important? Because it was responsible because of the development of railways. The development of railways in England and in colonies obviously led to the development of iron and steel industries. Obviously, you know that whenever they wanted to made steam rail engines or railway tracks, obviously iron and steel were required. So, obviously the production of the iron and steel industry increased. So, this is the first point of this topic, the pace of industrial change. Second is that displacement of traditional industries was not easy. Remember student, it is very interesting. England is moving towards the factory based modernized industry, machine made modernized industry, right? Obviously, but it does not mean that England displaced the traditional industries. No, traditional industries and machine made industries, modernized industries were moving simultaneously. That's why England became a superior industrial country. Okay, and another interesting thing is that most of the workforce, they were engaged in the traditional industries, basically cotton textile industries. Clear? Next, third one, traditional industries too had development. They were not stagnant. Obviously, traditional industries were not primitive. They also implemented some modern techniques. That's why the machine-made industry could not replace the traditional industries. The traditional industries were updated too. Example, food processing industries, pottery, okay, building, and many more. Next, number fourth, technological changes occurred slowly in England. Obviously, remember I have told you that there are series of technological innovations, steam engine development, introduction of steam engine, flying shuttle, spinning jenny, okay, power loom, etc. But all the industrialists in England, they were not, all the industrialists and all the businessmen, they were not look forwarded to implemented these technological changes, these new technologies into their industries. The reasons are because these new technologies were expensive, they are very costly. Obviously, the new machines are very costly. So, the industrialists and businessmen, they were very cautious to use about it. Second point, that is, the machines were often broke down. Obviously, whenever you are implementing a machine into the factory, we have to know the process, how the machine run, and obviously the machine often broke down and the repairing of the machine was very costly. So the British industrialists, they were not look forwarded to implement the modern technologies into the industries. So this is the pace of industrial change into the 19th century in England. Remember student, this topic is very important for the 5 marks question. Okay, now I will discuss with you about the next topic, topic number 2, hand labor and steam power. Now, there was a big debate and big discussion that which one is better, manual labor or the machinery or the modernized machineries. Remember students, in England, there were no shortages of labor, there were abundance of labor. I hope you remember that because of the enclosure movement, the British presently, they only lived onto the small plots of land, and these small plots of land could not sustain their life. So therefore, they must search for the alternative source of income. That's why whenever the British merchants offered them cash advances, they easily accepted the proposal. Next one is that the British industrialists had no problem of labor shortages and high wage costs. Obviously, as there was too many laborers, so definitely the salary or the wages are basically limited. Industrialists, the British industrialists did not want to invest in machineries. I told you that in my previous, I told you that the technological progress was occurred slowly in England because the machines are expensive, the machines are often broke down, and their repairing was very costly. So industrialists, they did not want to invest in machines. There are several reasons are things. First of all, now the topic is why industrialists prefer hand labor over machines. Why industrialists, they did not want to implement the modern machineries into the factory. Remember students, this topic is very important for 5 marks question. Okay, just look into the different reasons. First of all, obviously the plenty of laborers. Second, these laborers willing to work at low wages also. Obviously, they had to sustain their life because they need alternate source of income apart from agriculture. So the workers, they had no problem with the low wages. Third, machine require large capital investment. Obviously, whenever industrialists implemented machineries into the factory, it's need to be servicing and it's need to repair regularly. So obviously, it was a huge amount to be invested in the machines. So the industrialists did not want to invest in the machineries. Another reason is that there was a seasonal nature of industries. Obviously, just took an example that book binders and printers. Exactly, book binders and printers, they are only catering the demand of Christmas. Basically, almanac, Bible, calendar, all these things published during the time of Christmas. Okay, so on the other times there was a no requirement of labor. So why did they implement a machine? Same thing is that basically British ships, these are only repaired during the time of winter. So the ship repairing industries are also not willing to implement machineries. So obviously the nature of industries was seasonal. So there was so British industrialists think that there was no need to implement the high cost machineries into the factories. Third is that machine produce only uniform products. Obviously all the size, color, okay, everything was same, uniform products. Example, 200 different types of axes, 200 different types of knives, all the uniform products, 500 different types of 500 kinds of shirts, all are same quality, same color, same design, uniform products. Next, British aristocrats and bourgeois preferred only handmade things. Remember students, as I told you, basically the machine made products are uniform products. All size, color, everything are same. So the British aristocrats and bourgeois, basically the rich person, they did not prefer the machine made products because they believe that the machine made products is only for the colonies. So they did not wanted to buy the machine made products. They are still dependent on the handmade thing, that is the traditional industry. Remember students, this topic is also important for 3 marks question, that is why British aristocracy and bourgeois not prefer the machine made things. This is it for today. In my next class, I will discuss with you the industrial system in India. Thank you and have a nice day.